The electric vehicle myth. Why a myth? Well, because all of the attempts so far at producing an electric car, none have made any noticeable impact on what we drive. The roads are still full of fossil fuel powered vehicles. But there is a solution, though the problem is not so much technical as managerial, as will become obvious in the 5 minutes of this presentation. I want to start with a look at the problems associated with the electric car, and will use a current offering from Mitsubishi as an example, though what I find applies to all electric cars. First, it takes 8 hours to recharge. Some have addressed this with crazy ideas like hauling along a petrol engine and a generator to recharge the battery, or a hybrid switching between electric and petrol. In both cases, you are transporting a lot of excess baggage, costly to buy, consumes power to haul around. The car illustrated boasts a fast charge connection, though when I called the manufacturer, they did not know how long that took or where I could plug it in. And if I could plug it in en route, the time will be multiplied by the number of cars in the queue. The second problem is range. 93 miles from a full charge with no headwind and everything in perfect working order gives you a return trip limit of only 45 miles, with a safety margin of just 3 miles if you do not want to be seen pushing the last stretch up your driveway. It's not far, and it's not cheap. But the biggest problem, and cause of all the other problems, is none of the aforementioned. It is the battery itself. It's the right idea, but the wrong concept. Each model of electric car so far has its own design of battery, and it's a fixture, an expensive fixture. Replace that custom battery with a standardized honeycomb battery mount that will take a number of standardized, easily manageable battery sticks, each stick containing as many battery cells as the size can accommodate and still be easily manageable, and electronics to monitor the power reserve it holds and the finite life of the battery itself. The key word is standardized. If every make and model used the same battery stick, first, the cost would plummet through volume production, and second, and most important, it opens the door to solving the other part of the problem. Don't recharge your battery, change it, or what parts of it you want to change. You don't have to fill it to full. And if you happen to have a slightly larger car, then you'll need a few more battery sticks. The concept holds true for heavy commercial vehicles as well, and I would envisage 3 standard size of battery stick: a larger one for heavy commercial, one for the car and light commercial, and one for the motorbike. With the standardized modular exchangeable battery stick concept, the electric car can address its 2 main marketing problems. First, price. If the vehicle was sold without batteries, a major cost element, and owners leased batteries from the oil companies, and if there was no recharge items in the car, it's lighter and therefore cheaper. We could see electric cars matching the price of conventional cars. Second, the 2-minute refuel available to the conventional vehicle. If the oil companies were responsible for supply and recharge of battery sticks, they would be instantly available anywhere, worldwide, and could be changed at any petrol station faster than it takes to refuel a conventional car. Battery sticks could be leased, or a charge levied on the power value of each stick. All this brings us to the how, and it starts with governments, typically the EU, the USA, India and China as the significant areas of vehicle population. It would require organisation, standardisation and legislation worldwide that could only be done by governments working in unison. I have defined the problem and I've offered a solution. But for it to become reality, it requires vehicle manufacturers, oil companies and the world's governments to come together with a steadfast determination to make it happen. The really big question now remains, can they? If they cannot, then we are all doomed to an incredibly polluted planet.